Hi guys, Steph here. Hey, look what we've got for you today. Can you guess what it is? Yes, some of you will look at it, some of you will know exactly what it is. What we've got for you here is a Watermans Ideal number 7 fountain pen. Some people say it's a rare Watermans 7 fountain pen, but all in all, a lovely handsome pen. Now for you eagle-eye viewers that watch my videos regular will know that this one came to me in a recent pen haul. Unfortunately the cap was missing and I managed to source another cap. Unfortunately when I received it, the sort of clip and the band was a silvery colour. The plate had all worn off, so I have actually since had the pen or the cap gold plated in 24 karat gold, and in my opinion it looks absolutely stunning. So as we said, we've got the Watermans Ideal number 7. Now before we do a review and tell you a little bit about the pen and this particular model, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight to the nib. Okay, so first of all you can see the section there, a slightly concaved section, little ridge towards the nib, but let's show you the nib itself. Okay, now what I'm going to do is keep it as still as I can, and what you'll notice, the nib imprint reads Red Watermans Ideal. Just underneath it has Reg US, Pat Office or Off, and then what you can't actually see inside the section, it has Made in USA. And the last thing that you'll notice there is this lovely keyhole breather hole. Okay, so what we've actually got, for some of you people may have seen these before, some may have not, we've got what we term as a red, well yeah, a Red Watermans nib. Let's just show you a sideways view there. Let's show you the feed underneath. And you'll also notice on the feed there it has Watermans and it has I think, is it Pat applied for or something. The reason being, again for you people that don't know, this particular feed on this pen, and the reason for the patent is that this feed is, it's actually a two-part feed. In effect it's a feed inside a tube. I think that's the best way to describe it. And well, they're a little bit difficult to take out, so you've got to be very careful, but yeah, it's in effect it's a two-part feed, and again the reason for the patent. So once more, let's show you the nib, because it's actually, well, not the, yeah, it's an important part of this particular model. Okay, so we've got a Watermans red nib. Now, the reason for the red nib, nice and simply, is that these models, or the Waterman number 7, they began around about, I believe, 1920s. The earlier models were in gorgeous, what we term as red ripple pens, in this lovely, as I said, this lovely red ripple. And the reason for the colour on the nib is that when Waterman released the number 7, they introduced different colours to the nibs, and in the beginning, as you can see by this picture here, they introduced, I think it was about 6 different colours of nibs. Okay, so that's that. And then a little bit afterwards, it was a very clever marketing idea, I think. And then later on, what they did, they actually, I think they introduced more colours to the particular range. Now, the colours of the pen, of the nib should I say, were, as in this particular case, red, which was a standard, a pink, which was a flexible fine nib, a green, which was rigid, blue, which they termed as a blunt nib. There was purple, which was a stiff fine nib, yellow, which they termed as a rounded nib. So they were the initial colours, and then a little bit later they brought out a grey colour, which was, I believe, was an oblique nib. And again, if you look at this particular picture here, you can see again the red ripple fountain pen with the added colour, the grey, and also you can see the lovely sort of marketing idea that they had. It was a Watermans 7 with 7 coloured nibs and priced at $7. What a great idea. Okay, so they were the 7 different colours, and I believe a little bit later I have actually read that they brought out another, maybe a couple. In fact, I think in total, don't quote me, there may have been about 10 different colours, but they also brought out a black nib, which I believe is quite rare, and also, whether it's true or not, there's, you know, around the sort of fountain pen community, people are asking the question whether it actually exists. They believe there may have been a white nib. Again, whether it exists or not, we're not too sure. So the whole sort of idea behind the Watermans 7 were these lovely coloured nibs, which allowed people, if you like, a choice of writing. You know, they could have whatever nib they actually preferred in whatever colour. And also, what you may have noticed with the pictures that I've just shown you on the red ripples, to the very top they had a coloured coded band which gave you an indication of the colour of the nib within that specific pen. And then later on, I believe around about 1930s, they brought out this model here. Now, this is what they term as the jet black colour. Again, it's the Watermans 7. Now, sort of let's concentrate a little bit on this pen. The size of this pen, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, it's 137 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 12 millimeters in diameter. As we said, this is the Watermans Ideal. Now, let's show you the barrel imprint, and you can see it says Watermans, and then in the middle it has Ideal, to the left Made In, to the right Canada, and then just underneath fountain pen. Now, the interesting thing about this pen, if we turn it further round here, and I think there you go, you've got, it was presumably presented to somebody at the, I think it's the NGA conference in, I can't quite remember the date, is it 19, right, you just have to bear with me a second, right, there we go, so in 1935, June to be precise. So again, we're dating this pen to the 1930s, and to the very top there, whether that's actually the owner or not, I don't know, somebody has actually engraved a name to the top. So a little bit of interesting provenance with this pen. One of the other things we need to show you is, if we turn it the right way up, there you go, to the bottom of the barrel there, we've got the number 7 telling us that this is the Waterman number 7. Now, another difference that you may see on these pens is that some of them actually had a colour coded button to the bottom of the barrel, and then within that button the number 7. So in this case it would have had maybe a red button, if it was a pink nib it would have had pink, and so on and so forth. So slightly unusual that this one does not have the coloured coded button on this pen. Let's show you the trim, because again, nice and interesting. You can see there it's got this lever here, and it's what we term as a box lever. And one of the things that you look at, if you look at the lever there to the end, it's got this interesting sort of design, if you like. This, it's like a shell design to the very end of the lever there. So very interesting. And we've shown you already, but there you go. You can see the cap band, and it's got this sort of design around the side of the band, quite a broad cap band. And then the clip there, different from the earlier models. You'll notice the earlier models had what we term as a riveted sort of ball clip. This one is a more sort of streamlined, and again it's got this sort of nice design to the very top of the clip there. As I said, I've had them, well, both the band and the clip have been gold plated in 24 karat gold. To the very top there, you can see it's got this peaked and sort of ridges to the very top of the cap there. Again, a lovely design. So all in all, what we have, I think, is a slightly later version of the number 7. Some people say the black is a little bit rare. Whether it is or not, I'm not particularly sure. Actually, just one thing that I didn't show you, I don't know if it's actually shown up on the video. When I actually got this particular cap, for some reason, if I turn it round, you can see it's got this sort of rounded hole. Let's give you a nice, there we go, this hole to the cap there. Now why it's there, the answer is I do not know. Maybe it had some sort of a little button, an advertising button installed there. I do not know, but as you can see, the hole is lovely. Well, it's you know, it's rounded. It's not an amateur job. It's not a burn or anything like that. I was thinking about maybe filling it, but no. I think it gives the pen that little bit more character. It doesn't affect the pen by any means. It's still a lovely, handsome fountain pen. And as we said earlier, we're showing you it's got the red nib. Let's show you the pen in different angles. And what we'll do, I've put a new sack in the pen. I've not done a lot of polishing. I've literally just sort of given it a sort of a dry wipe, because the pen is it's in great condition as it is. So I haven't gone over the top with it. We've put a new sack in it. We've obviously taken out the feed and the nib, and everything internally has been cleaned. Okay, but all in all, the pen is in lovely condition. And what a lovely size pen. Again, with my large hands, it's lovely and comfortable to hold. Now, I know you people like to see the pen's writing, and the main thing I'm also interested in is how this red nib performs. So let's get the lever, let's dip the nib in the ink. Okay, there we go. Let's reach over and get a little bit of tissue, give it all a wipe, pop the ink to one side, and let's bring on our new pad. So let's see how the nib performs. As we said, this one's a red. It's what they term as a standard, but I do believe it has some flex to it. So what do we have? So we have a Watermans number 7, and dating it to the 1930s. Although, as we said, the earlier models came out sort of slightly earlier. 1920s. Okay, I've not given it a proper wipe. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So 1930s. The pen itself, as you've just seen, is made in Canada. The nib of the number 7 being a red nib. Is made in USA. So yeah, as in a lot of cases, the pen itself is made in Canada, the nib made in USA. Very similar to the later Parker Vacuumatics, where some Canadian pens had American nibs and maybe vice versa. It's not uncommon. Oh, we've got a slight skip for some reason. Okay, so there we go. Alright, does it have any flex? Well, the answer is a definitive yes, it does. I can never do that where people show the flex, but yeah, nice and simply, yes, it's a flexible nib. So we've got quite a broad line there, and again a slight skip. So what we need to do is take a look at the pen again, but there we go. Okay, let's leave it at that. So there we have its writing, I would say, with a fine line, and as we can see there, we've got a lovely bit of flex with the nib as well. Okay, so writing absolutely lovely. So let's pop the cap back on, and there we have it, a Parker Watermans Ideal number 7 in jet black. I believe to be a rare pen and very sought after as well. So what we'll do, we'll try and find a home for this, and hopefully somebody will enjoy it for many years to come. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, don't be shy. Give the videos a thumbs up, a lot of you forget that. And have you subscribed? If not, subscribe to my channel. Last but not least, please support my work down below. And don't forget people, we've still got a problem out there, so please stay safe. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.